Hey creative, what's up? It's your girl Jamila and welcome back to my laboratory. So today I'm going to show you the easiest way to create custom photo text and the best vinyl to use so that you can apply this to a shirt. My theme is going to be Father's Day because it's coming up, but this can be used for any occasion. I'll have everything I use listed in the description box below. And if you like this video, you learned something new, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure that bell notification's on so you don't miss any of my upcoming craft tutorials. Creative. So for this project, we're going to go ahead and start off in canva.com. And honestly, for this part of the video, it doesn't really matter what size design you pick. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's just use letter. Actually, I'm going to do letter, but I'm going to turn it sideways. So instead of 8.5 by 11, I'm going to do 11 by 8.5. Okay, so we're going to start off here in a blank new screen on Canva, and we're going to go ahead over here to elements. And since I'm going to type out the word dad, I'm going to go and I'm just going to hit the letter D on my keyboard. I'm sorry, in the search bar right here, I'm just going to type in D and hit enter. And of course, all the D's are going to pop up, and right, the frames are what we're looking for, okay? So we can go ahead and hit see all, and you see they have a couple different font styles. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. And you can also create your own, like if there's a specific font you want or whatnot, you can create your own frame. But that's a different video for a different day. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments and I'll go ahead and make that tutorial for you. Okay, so I have my D. Actually I need two of them for dad. And I'm just going to go back over here to elements, and in that same search bar I'm just going to type in an A. And I'm again in the frames, and make sure when you're doing this, make sure you're using the frames, okay? And the frames are the ones that have like this landscape background, okay? That lets you know that you can insert pictures in here. So I have my letters, gonna go ahead and pull them apart so that they spell the word. I'm going to select all of them, hit these three dots right here, go to align elements, and I want everything to align at the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and group them so that what I do to one, I do to all. Just stretch it out, make it a little bit bigger, you know, just really for the purpose of this video so you guys can see what I'm doing clearly. Let me go ahead and change this background color so you can see it even better. Okay, so these are our frames. This is what we're working with. Now I'm going to go ahead over to my uploads and just drag and drop the pictures that I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let me take this photo first, and you just basically just hover it over there and just drop it in. Okay, so now you see where I dropped it in, everybody is cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and double click it. Oh, I'm sorry, let me well, I didn't need to ungroup, but I'm just going to go ahead and ungroup. Alright, so let me go ahead and double click it, and then I can just make it bigger. Make it bigger, rotate it if necessary, scoot it over, you know, just make the needed adjustments so that everybody is in frame and not cut off. So I'm just going to go ahead and scoot that over a little bit. Awesome. Then we'll just hit done. And there you go. And we're just going to go ahead and repeat this same process. So double click the frame, go ahead and just drag it. There we go. And let me see, do it with the boys. Yes, I have a lot of kids. I just have 5, but you know, sometimes that seems like 50. So just gonna go ahead and try and make sure everybody is visible. And you can spell out any word you want to, okay? baby, father, hi, bye, mom. You know, this works for any occasion. And they also have numbers as well. So, awesome. So we have all the pictures that we're going to use. Let me go ahead and, well, my background doesn't really matter. So this is what it looks like, okay? So now we're honestly done with Canva. We're going to go up here to share, hit download, and you want to save this without the background. That is the Canva Pro feature. If you don't have Canva Pro, of course, I'll have a free 30-day trial linked for you in the description box to this video. But even if you don't have Canva Pro, you can still remove a background in different programs, okay? But listen, if I could do it all at the same time, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit download. Done in Canva, we're going to go ahead and move over to Cricut Design Space, and we're going to go to uploads that we just saved from Canva. Hit complex. Now at this point, if you hadn't removed your background in Canva, you could do it right here, okay? So since mine is already gone, I'm just going to go ahead and hit apply and continue. Make it a print then cut. And hit upload. And I'm also going to go ahead and repeat that same process for the SVG that I also want to use for this design, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and select that, hit add to canvas. Then I'm going to go back to upload and upload my SVG the same way. And I'll come back when that is done. Alright, so I have my SVG and I have my photo. I'm just going to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. And let me see. So of course I don't need this dad, so I'm going to go up here and just hide it. And I'm going to replace that with this. When I saw this SVG, I was like, you know what, that is so cute. And this is perfect for Father's Day. Uh-oh, let me undo that. Okay, so I'm going to change my width to about, for the size of my shirt, I'm going to go with 9.5. So I want that to be just as big. And if we go over here to our layers panel, you can see that all of this is separate, right? So if we were to go ahead and try and cut this out on our mat, let me just go ahead and show you. So if I was just to go ahead and hit make it how it is right now, look like on our mat, right? Everything is just all jumbled anywhere, you know. So that's not what we want, okay? So we need to go ahead and do a few things to fix this SVG. So of course I want all the same colors to cut out together, right? So I'm going to hide. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is when we click on this, we see that they have everything grouped together. We're going to go ahead and ungroup this. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the word prime and I'm going to hide it, and I'm also going to hide that arrow. So I just want to work with the black text right now. So I'm going to go ahead and select everything and hit attach. Now this is all one piece and it's going to cut out just like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and unhide prime. Well, let me unhide the arrow first. And I can hide this black text that we just attached. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Select it and hit attach. Now instead of two separate pieces, that's one piece. And I'm going to do the same thing for prime, for the word prime. Okay, so, and you see how here it's all just mumble jumble. We're just going to go ahead and attach. So now it's going to cut out all together. So now I'm just going to go ahead and unhide everything. Make sure the width is still good. That I left the box closed so it auto adjusted for me. So everything looks good. So now we're just going to go ahead over to make it. And you'll see the difference on the mats now that we attached everything in the way that we want it to go. Now, so for this project, I'm going to go ahead for the photo text. I'm going to be using the Siser DTV, and of course the link will be in the description box of this video. And I love the Siser DTV because all you need is just your regular inkjet printer, okay? And for that, we're just going to leave it just like it is. Do not mirror, do not do anything. We're just going to go ahead and print it out just like that, okay? All the mats look good. We're going to go ahead and mirror the vinyl. The HTV is the only thing that's getting mirrored. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And you're going to go ahead and load the DTV into your printer and print it out. Well, let me hit send the printer first. So I'm going to use my Cricut for this part, but if you don't have a Cricut, you can definitely cut these letters out by hand, okay? So the Cricut's not really necessary to work with the Siser Easy Color DTV, but it's just a bonus, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my bleed off. I just need one copy. I'm just going to go ahead and load it into my printer, and then we'll start cutting out on our Cricut. Since my orange and blue is just this little, or just these little pieces, I'm going to save myself a little bit of time. I don't want to use a bunch of mats for this project, right? So I'm going to save, I mean, honestly, I can really save myself a lot of time by just putting them all on one. Let me see if there's any room on the black. Yep, I have room on the black mat to go ahead and add those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select this mat, hit these three dots, move object. Then I'm just going to select the mat I want it to go to. So I want it on the black mat. So I select it and I'm going to hit confirm. And you see now it's on the black mat, but they did turn it to black, but that's fine. Because I'm just going to move it down here, and this is where I'll lay the orange piece of vinyl, okay? Between the 7-inch, the 7 and the 9. I'll lay it in between the 7 and 9-inch mark on my mat, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and do the same for the blue. Hit those three dots, hit move object, select the black mat, hit confirm. And I'm just going to go ahead and move the words down. And I'll put the blue like right here under the 9. Okay, so this would be my blue vinyl, my orange vinyl, and I'm actually using white vinyl for this project. So this would be white, blue, and orange. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm just going to go ahead and hit continue. And now we'll go ahead and put everything onto the mat and cut it out with the Cricut. So of course we're going to go ahead and print out our DTV with our inkjet printer, and the printer I'm using will be linked in the description box of this video. And you're just going to go ahead and place this on your mat right side up, and my mat isn't as sticky anymore. It's really time for a new one, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a few pieces of masking tape to help me hold it down and secure it to the mat. put it in my Cricut, and then just let my Cricut do its thing. And again, you can totally use this with scissors if you don't have a Cricut. Now I'm just going to go ahead and place my HTV onto my mats. Same process, but I'm making sure that I put my shiny side down. And of course, my old mats. I need to go ahead and secure them a little bit with some masking tape. Y'all don't come on here judging me. It's really time for me to get some mats. But I mean, listen, as long as I got a roll of masking tape in the house, I'm going to be all right. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my HTV down the same way, in the same position that I have it on the mat when we went ahead and did the rearrangements. And of course, I'm just going to go ahead and put in my Cricut and let Cricut do its thing here as well. And while Cricut is going ahead cutting everything out, I'm going to go ahead and pre-press my shirt. And I'll also like to fold it in half so I can get a good crease, which will let me know where the middle of my shirt is so that I can place my vinyl there and it not be crooked. So once everything is cut out, I'm just going to go ahead and weed off all the extra pieces. And then I'm just going to trim off the extra backing of the vinyl as well so that I can put everything together and just do it in one press versus having to do a couple presses because I'm layering. Now, when you're doing this, you have to make sure none of the transfer sheet is on the other color of the vinyl, or the vinyl will get stuck on the transfer sheet, won't stick to your shirt. Ask me how I know, okay? So if you want to do it like this, make sure you trim off any extra of the transfer sheet that it's going to go under. And then for our Siser DTV, we're just going to go ahead and peel off the extra vinyl that we're not using, which would be the excess white. And be very gentle when you're working with the Siser DTV because this backing isn't sticky at all, okay? So once you have it all weeded out, then you're going to need your Siser DTV mask, which you do need to buy separately, okay? So when you buy your DTV sheets, don't forget your mask. And you're just going to go ahead and lay it over there gently. When you peel off the back, I like to smooth it out because sometimes it does get a few air bubbles. And I'm going to fold that in half so I know where the center is. I just do a slight crease, nothing major so that it won't ruin the design or whatnot. But once I get the middle of that, I'm just going to go ahead and line it up with that center that we created in the shirt. I'm going to go ahead and press everything in one swoop at 315 degrees for 15 seconds. And of course, everything will be listed in the description box of this video. And if you're liking this video, you learned something new, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure you're subscribed. So once we're done pressing, you could go ahead and reuse that Siser DTV mask, okay? It is reusable, so I just peel it off and put it on back onto that backing. And I peel everything except the blue metal HTV because it is a cold peel, so I need to wait till it cools all the way down before I peel it off. And when I do, this is what you get, a super awesome and cute customized shirt. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you later.